Okay. Which of the following is correct with respect to digital signal? Digital signal denoted by a square wave. Yes, mostly it is square type wave, and contains continuous. It contains continuous range of values. It contains a continuous set of values. True, but the thing is that you cannot like the continuous set of values, but in only in a given specific. Only in a given specific range, but only the specific values, right? You cannot say continuous, not continuous, actually specific values like this. So in a given range, it can be certain values, but not all the values. But analog signal is range, let's all the values are taken, but this is not all the values, only. Use discrete value to represent information. Yes, that is true. AC true, which is the answer is 5, right? 13, the answer is 5. So what about your answer? Okay, correct. The answer is 5. Then which of the following is are correct with respect to the guided media used for a data communication? Guided means physical media, guided media used for data communication. Physical path is used to data transmission, correct. A signal is a broadcast through air, no. Example, radio waves, no. Radio waves are unguided. Asking about guided media, no. Physical path is correct. Broadcast to air, no. Radio waves, no. A only. 14, it is 1. Okay, your answers are correct. 14, it is 1. Good. Next. Some of you guys have not answered the 13, 14. Anyway, come on. Right, let's move to the next. Some of you are disconnecting, right? Frequently, maybe due to the signal issue. Seems. Then, which of the following could be used to digitally represent analog signals? Today, we are going to finish this MCQ discussion as much as possible. And so then next day onward, my plan is to discuss structured, semi-structured before the examination. So you have to be ready for that. Right, let's discuss the structured, semi-structured, and essay, those part. Okay, then try to finish this as much as possible for today. Digitally represent analog signals. Which of the following could not be used to digitally represent analog signals? Could be used, so could be used to digitally represent analog signal. Attenuation is basically where a signal starts like this and the strength of the signal is going down. That is called attenuation. Decoding is basically when the signal is like something like this. Okay, let's say this is encoded signal in a high frequency wave. Getting the original signal, original data wave is called the decoding part, that is in the signaling process. Distortion is where this original signal is sent something like this, but it is distorted sometimes due to some noise, some issue. The shape of the signal can be distorted, damage can be due to noise, can be due to some other technical error. Pulse code modulation is used to digitally represent the signal, that is correct. Synchronization is basically the signals in the both ends need to be like here signal in this end, maybe signal in the other end, need to be anyway 2 signals or 1 signal. To measure that, you need to sync that with a clock signal or clock pulse. Then only we can measure how many ones, how many zeros are there. That is a clock pulse, clock signal, that is called synchronization. Anyway, the answer for this one is PCM, pulse code modulation. That is the process for the digitalization, the signal. Read the following sentences, and when devices send and receive data over a network, a protocol is used to uniquely identify the sender interface that correct delivery of data the receiver's interface. Which protocol is that right above sentence referring to? When devices send and receive signals data over network, this protocol is used to uniquely identify the sender interface and correctly deliver the data to the receiver's interface. Yes, what is it? Question number 16. Yes. Question number 60, sender interface. Identify the sender interface and correctly deliver the data to the receiver's interface. We can call it FTP is file transferring, right? FTP is file transferring. That is not relevant to this one. FTP is just for the file transferring. HTTP is web transferring. It is not to deal with the interfaces, network interfaces, nothing to do with that. TCP is transmission control protocol. That is also making a connection, but mainly in the internet environment. TCP, that is for the reliable delivery, and UDP is unreliable delivery. Basically, the TCP is a connection oriented protocol where the path is established before sending the data. UDP is connection-less protocol where path is not established, like taxis, three wheels. It can go here and there, right? It can go here and there like a tree wheel, but always TCP follows a path. So HTTP is for web, FTP is for file transfer. So what about the network interfaces where it works? Basically, it is media access control. You can call that MAC, right? One is MAC. Other possible answer is TCP. But here again, read it. When devices send and receive data over a network, protocol is used to uniquely identify the sender interface. Then it is about the media access control, MAC address. It is about some addressing, because unique identification need addressing. No? So addressing protocol only available for the unique identification of addresses, that is media access control, MAC address. That is unique address or the physical address given. So the more suitable answer is number 3. That is how you should argue. What about your answers? Senali, correct. Varun, correct. Okay. Given below are some characteristics of transmission control protocol and the UDP. Again, asking the previously we discussed, right? Best suited application that need high reliability and where the transmission time is less critical. What is that? Best suited when you need high reliability. High reliability is basically TCP is the reliable one, connection oriented reliable one. Faster and require fewer resources, that is UDP, connection less one. Guarantee that no packets are missing, that is connection oriented TCP. Secure and slow, relatively slow, secure, but connection less, connection oriented, send packet in an order. Packets may not arrive in an order, that is UDP, packet goes here and there. Used for voice communication over network, VoIP, voice communication over network. So voice communication is okay to lag, okay to drop some packet, so UDP can be used. So which of the above characteristics of UDP? Faster, fewer resources, B. D, packets may not receive an order, D, BD. Used for voice communication over internet, VoIP, voice over IP. So that is UDP basically. So we can score B, D, E. Therefore, I can select answer number 5 as the correct answer for the question number 17. Correct. Okay, good. Quick response from 18 to 22. Please move from 18 to 22. Quickly send your responses. I said today's discussion is critical. We are going to finish this. After that, we are moving to the structured, semi-structured questions. So let us finish. Quickly answer, quickly send your answers. Okay, question number 18. Which of the following is example for use? What? Of client server model. User printing document using printer connected to her computer. That is not a client server. That is just peripheral. Peripheral means just input or output device just connected, right? Bank customer accessing online banking service with a web browser. Yes, because online banking service is there in the web server. Accessing with the web browser is example for client server. A cashier of a shop access payment by credit cards. Yes, a cashier of the shop access payment by credit card means credit card is basically authenticated within basic, its authentication process is going to the server or the bank. Therefore, we can call that also a client server example. BC only, so answer is number 5 for the question number 18. BC only, answer is number 5 for the question number 18. Okay, I agree. Your answers are correct. 18, question number 19. Send A sender A want to send a message hello to receiver B. Before sending the message, it is converted to IFMMP, which is following is correct respect to this scenario. Actually, when you are sending messages, this you can see the letters. How many letters are there? There are 5 letters. Here also 5 letters. This is, it seems to be the monoalphabetic CSS cipher. So it is a cipher or encryption, just altering one character by another character, which is called monoalphabetic CSS cipher, where Julius Caesar in the World War, he has used that technology, CSS cipher. So hello is the plain text. This is the ciphertext. Yes, true. Readable text is plain text. Unreadable one is the ciphertext. Today, a lot of students are connecting, disconnecting, again connecting, disconnecting. Don't know why. Maybe a signal issue or sometimes due to the power issue, right? Anyway, I will keep the recording, refer to that. But try to stay connected, right? Try to stay connected. IFMMP is the result of applying ASCII code to hello. No, that is not about an ASCII code. That is result of replacing. Actually, this is called substituting. The technology is called substituting. Changing one character to some other character. Substituting is the technology. If it is shuffled, then it is called disposition. Shuffling or the disposition is also a technique in encryption. Substitution or changing the letter from another letter, representing letter using another letter is also that is also kind of encryption. And there's another one that is called key-based encryption. There are 2 key-based encryption: secret key encryption, where same key is used for the encrypting, decrypting process. And there's another one that is public key encryption or asymmetric key encryption. The previous one is called symmetric key because only one key. But in the asymmetric key or the public key algorithm, the locking is done using one thing, the unlocking is done using another thing, another key. So 2 keys are used for that. That is public key encryption. Actually, there's another thing related to this encryption, that is the digital signature algorithm, DSA. DSA uses public key encryption for the sign-in purpose. Actually, you know, in the public key algorithm, there are 2 keys, public key and the private key. Public key is known by every party, all the parties, but private key is known by only the particular party. If a message is signed using the private key, then surely that message is generated by the particular party. Therefore, for digital signature algorithm of the DSA, the public key method is used. So that is a super summary about the encryption lesson. Okay, then +1 is encryption key, while -1 is the decryption key. Is it H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I? Yes, +1 is the encryption and -1 is the decryption. It's not a key, actually. It is basically substitution, but anyway, it has closed machine. It has closed machine. Therefore, let's select that as the answer. So H, AC can be taken as the answer for 19. So number 3. Actually, this is not a key. So you should remember that this is the method. This is the algorithm, right? This is not a key. This is an algorithm method. Consider the following paragraph while pre-blanks labeled ABC. When there are multiple computers in office, each computer can be given a private IP address. The router in the office gets the router is getting the public IP address, right? Because everyone need to be connected. So router is getting the public IP address because everyone need to connect to the internet. So internet recognizable address, or the address which is unique in the internet and used to connect to the internet, is called the public IP. Your router has 2 interfaces. One is the private interface, the other one is the public interface. If you want to know what is the public IP address related to you, you can go to Google and search, what is my IP? And Google will reply, this is your IP, 112.134.200.218. That is your IP. Actually speaking, this is your public IP address, you can see. This is your public IP address. How to see the private IP address of the IP? Go to the terminal, or you can go to the command prompt in the Windows. There you can type ipconfig. In Linux or Mac OS, you can type ifconfig. ifconfig to get that. So ifconfig results. ifconfig results this. You can see this is your IP address and this is your broadcast IP address. The default gateway IP address, which is mentioned there somewhere, it should be there 192.168.1.1 mostly. That is your, so you can ping it and see, ping 192.168.1.1, which is basically my router IP. That is the private interface of my router, and this is the public interface of my router. You can, likewise, you can get both addresses. So here the public IP address, which is computers connected to that router through the guided unguided media, gets a private IP address from the router via dynamic host configuration protocol. If it is auto assigning, how auto IP assignment is done actually? There is a server, it can be router, called launching a DHCP service, dynamic host configuration protocol. When a new computer joins, it will send its MAC address and send a broadcast message to the network saying, hey, I joined. That is called address resolution protocol, ARP request. To respond that ARP, reverse ARP, RARP protocol sending the address resolution response. So where actually this response is generated by the DHCP server. So in addition to DHCP, ARP and RARP also useful in address resolution. So actually that is to convert the MAC IP to MAC address to the IP address. First, anyway, it will get the MAC address. Later, due to DHCP or manual configuration, it will get an IP address. MAC address is a physical address. IP address is a logical address. You know these things we have already discussed. So what is the answer? Number 5. Correct. 21. Consider the information system types in list A and some examples in list B. A1, ERP system is basically responsible for a system that facilitates manufacturing, marketing, sales in a government business, can be ERP system. A1, B2. Then expert system, a system that prescribes Ayurvedic medicine using a knowledge basis, that is knowledge of expert. So that is expert system. It has a knowledge of an expert. A2, B3, A1, B2. A2, B3, so surely answer should be number 2, let's 3. Transaction processing system, a customer account system in a bank, yes, that is a TPA. Transaction processing system is basically processing daily transactions. So what if the system related to daily transaction is account system in a bank? So A3, B1. Which of the following is incorrect about the agile method? Agile method is basically a way of programming. It is a programming paradigm or the method, which is basically dynamic, high customer or user involvement is there in that environment. It cannot be used when project has fixed set of requirements. No such thing. So even the fixed set of requirements are there, agile is possible. They asked it incorrect. So number one is incorrect. Easy. Okay, let's see whether the other answers are correct. Recommend the time slice schedule for the task completion. Yes, exactly. It recommends right. It recommends a time slice scheduling. Exactly it. And it delivers gradual builds of work in project in iterative manner. Yes, it's a fast way of or gradual build. It is like fast way of building project in iterative manner. First iteration, second iteration. Yes, it facilitates stakeholder involvements. Yes, to review the progress, feedback. Yes, that is the main thing in agile. The product of each build is tested independently. Yes. Each iteration, the testing is done independently. So it is time sliced into iterations, tested in iterations, independently tested, iterative manner development, more customer involvement. That is agile, but not. That first one is not the first one is not a feature of agile. So that is the answer. It cannot be used when project has fixed set of requirements. No, even fixed set of requirements are there. You can use it. Doesn't matter. No need to use waterfall always. You can use agile too. Okay, next question number 23 to 20. Okay, 23 to 25. 23 to 25. Only 3 minutes enough. Okay, which of the following statements is correct with respect to object-oriented programming, OP? System output is determined by object behavior and their interactions. Yes. System is modeled as collection of objects. Yes. Writing a program in this method is different from writing one according to the structured oriented method. Yes. ABC. All three correct. What about your answers? 23.5. Sidhu. Okay. Others? Not saying the answer. What has happened to the others? Okay. So I don't know. It's not a difficult question. And maybe you're disconnected some reason, but it's not a difficult question at all. But no one has tried. Don't know why. Which of the following is listed activity structured system analysis and design methodology in a system correct order? SSADM, structured system analysis and design methodology. First, you have to start with the requirement analysis for sure. Then you have to do the requirement specification and analysis. Okay, the design and the system development. Okay, requirement analysis, logical system specification, feasibility study, then the requirement specification and the physical design. Yeah, that can be taken as the correct answer in this case, right? That can be taken as the correct answer is D in this case. So 24, I would like to go, wait. The physical design should come at the end. The only doubt is here. Requirements analysis should come at the beginning. Analysis, okay. Physical design, this is beginning and the end. Then what? Then feasibility study is the practicality analysis. Feasibility study. That is actually, you can say it's after the system requirement analysis, then the feasibility study. This should come closer anyway. That is why I have a doubt. Requirement analysis, feasibility study, or feasibility study, requirement analysis. Here it's there, but again in the middle there's a requirement specification. Specification is declared actually the specification declared after the analysis. So think this logical order. There is ambiguity, then you can use something like this anyway. After the analysis, only the report generated. Report is this one. After analysis, the specification should come. This is correct order. Lot of disconnections today, ne? The cutty disconnected or connected or target disconnected. Then ඒක හරි. ඒතකොට මෙතනත් ඒ ඕඩර් එකම තියෙනවනේ. requirement analysis specification ඒකත් හරි. හැබැයි මේක වැරදි. මොකද specification එකෙන් පස්සේ නෙමෙයි analysis වෙන්නේ. එතන පොඩි අවුලක් තියෙනවා. Analysis වලින් පස්සේ specification හැබැයි මෙච්චර දේවල් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. So feasibility study and the requirement analysis should come closer. Requirement analysis ඇතුළේම තමයි feasibility study තියෙන්නේ. Both should come closer. Therefore, I have doubt on this answer too, but others are okay, seems. Because of this gap, requirement analysis and the feasibility study gap. Physical design at the end, that is for sure. Design comes at the last, that part is okay. System development after the physical design should come at the last, no? Okay, let's keep that answer number 4. Feasibility study, physical design. No, this is wrong. So you can drop answer number 1. It is not the answer. Requirement analysis, requirement specification. That is okay. Analysis specification, okay. Logical system specification, physical design. Logical system specification. Requirement specification and the system specification. Okay, this has some validity, but this is not a very good answer. But for the moment, we can go for this, right? For the moment. So let's see number. This is wrong due to this because specification and analysis should come before the specification. Therefore, this part is wrong. Requirement analysis specification. This gap is okay. But the problem is the feasibility study. So the doubtful answer is number 4. But let's go for this one. Go for this one because this is more accurate for SSADA. But feasibility studies, I will analyze in the practicality. System analysis is basically find out the requirement and then you have to specify them in a document. That is what the SRS. Okay, then. The logical system specification means what system should be, how it should look like. So that is basically an idea, and finally the physical design, real thing should come out. So we can consider this as the answer. Let's go for answer number 2, not 4. Okay, question number 20. Five. DFT is a given. DFT is given. You are asking various components of this data flow diagram. We have discussed similar question in the previous papers, right? P is what? Let's see. R is basically some kind of activity. Get passenger. Yes, we can take that as an activity. Get passenger, driver locations. For that, passenger and fee. Passenger fee, how to get the driver location? Basically, you have to query the location. You have to ask the location, right? So 1 correct, 2 correct. 1 correct, 2 correct, okay. R is the driver location. Taxi driver, what taxi driver need to do? Q. Taxi drivers need to send the location, right? because it's tracking the location. So that is Q. Q is basically what do you need to get the location? Driver identification number, right? Oh, you can get the location and the driver identification, something, and the location is also needed. Therefore, let's go for the number 2, right? Because it has the location part. Because here was the passenger's location, driver's location, both need to be done. No? Driver code is okay, but better have the location too. Therefore, I'm sticking to number 2. Then what about S? Make closest taxi. Makes closest taxi driver list. You need to get the location and do this. And then again, you need the location details, right? So that is it. Passenger and driver details. Yes. Their location and location details. 1, 2, both are correct. They are big just because of this location thing. I'm moving to number 2, right? I'm moving to number 2. What's your answer? 25? 2. Okay. Okay. Agree. Above level 1 DFD later improved, so data store D1 data store was connected to the process. Process labeled R. Yes, R. Process labeled R. What could be this data store? What could be this data store? It is basically, so what you need to store there are basically make process driver list. You need the driver details there, which is connected to R, taxi driver. So basically the report generated is driver details. No? Therefore, you need to store the driver details. Not NIC, not passenger. Passenger data is not taken here. Data store should, when you query the data store, driver data should appear, right? Therefore, I would like to go for number 3. Right? Taxi driver details. Because here, because of this make closest taxi driver list, here also taxi driver, and you are sending the information about the location. So here, this one is the get passenger and driver location. So whatever the data store is, basically list of drivers should be available there because you are deriving this report. So answer number is number 3 for the question number 26. 27 to 20. 27 to 31. 27 to 31. Please answer 27 to 31. Okay. Which of the following gives suitable order of activities to follow the following? Developing a system that involves a database. Right. Design the database, but before that, I think you need to write the pseudocode, right? So even before the pseudocode, we can draw the diagrams. So let's see. Sorry. Diagram in part should come first. Design, do the coding. Draw ER diagrams. DFDs should also come, right? Both can be created. So with the ER, both DFD, so number 5 is wrong because ER and DFD should draw quickly. Draw DFD, draw ER. This is okay. This can be interchanged. ER first, then DFD, it is okay. Design the database, after that the design in part, and write the code. Yes, do the real coding. Number 4, easy. Do the real coding, and before the pseudocode, and before that the design, before that the diagram in part, correct? This is basically system development also, this process is followed. Question number 28. Which of the following statement is correct about acceptance testing, that is at the user's side? Acceptance testing is done when user requirement of the software are analyzed. Yes, that is what you are accepting, whether you are testing whether real users accept the requirement that they ask. That is the thing. And then an essential activity in acceptance testing is checking through the conditional statement and loops in the code. Essential activity in acceptance testing is checking through the conditional statements and acceptance testing wala code balanna eva unit testing wala karana. Users may refuse to accept the software after acceptance test. Oh, they refuse karanna puluwan. AC both can be taken as the answers. Again, acceptance testing is done when the user requirement of the software are analyzed. No, not just at that phase. You have to do that at the end, right? Acceptance testing is done when at the requirement analysis. After that, the design. After that, the development. After that, the all the testing, all these things. Then finally, at the final stage, only the acceptance results. So this phase is basically is done when the requirement analysis is done. No. Therefore, again, we have to ignore this also. Then let's go to the answer number C. C only, number 3 is taken. A is okay, but the thing is here, the problem is the pace. I just read this part, acceptance testing done when the user, it's done in the user premises, that is true, but the thing is not in this space. Which of the following statements are correct about the software development? Software deployment. Deployment is handing over the software. Direct deployment has highest risk to complete the failure, but may be only suitable method for some cases. Not wrong. Okay. Direct deployment is most expensive. No, it is not the most expensive. Parallel run, that is expensive than this, right? Direct dekak ekapar run karannu, that is expensive. Parallel deployment is least expensive. Phase deployment does not provide freedom for parallel means old system and the new system both run together. Phase deployment does not provide a freedom for the relevant organization to make any needed adjustment to the system. Phase deployment does not provide freedom for the relevant organization to make any needed adjustments. No, in the phase deployment, phase by phase deployment is that, then the adjustment can be done. That is wrong. Pilot deployment always rolls out to a new system to test user group larger than 50% of the users. Pilot development is just a sample. Always rolls out the new system to test user group larger than 50% of the pilot. Take 50% on even small sample is okay for the pilot. Right, then actually direct deployment has highest risk. Okay, because you are going to stop the new system, old system, and start the system immediately. Yes, that may have high risk and may fail in, but some cases you don't have any other solution other than this. That is also true. 1 is the correct answer. 30, 31. So please do 30, 31 quickly. 30 and 31. You have already done. Okay. Which of the following statement these are correct? Business process re-engineering, BPRE. Business process re-engineering helps modify existing business practices to fit the commercial off-the-shelf software. Help to modify existing business practices fit the, yes, business process re-engineering. Yes, you can modify the existing business practices and then develop to fit with the commercial off-the-shelf. What is cost? Commercial off-the-shelf software. You can just buy that from the, that is a generic general category of software where you can buy from a shop. Commercial off-the-shelf. You can buy commercially. So you can model the existing process to fit it. Users may have to pay for the certain features of cost, even if those are not needed. Yes, that is also true. Almost the commercial off the shelf can make already built. It's not custom built, it is a generic. So then the thing is like we will get general features. Some features we might not use, but still we need to pay. A well-deployed custom software can bring competitive advantage to an organization. Yes, custom built software are good for the organization, but you need to well optimize the software. All three are correct. ABC. Which of the following is are good practices to follow in database development? Use meaningful names in the tables and fields. Yes, of course, because in the programming also you need to do that. Letting different tables repeat the same information, that is duplication. That is not good. That should be avoided. Avoiding a field and its table having the same name. Yes, to avoid the confusion, you can do that. AC only means answer number 5 for the answer question number 31. Okay, let's move to the next set of questions. Okay, up to 35, please. Consider the following results and subjects and answers to 32 to 35. Which of the following is more suited to be selected primary key of the result table respect to the given data? We have the results table. Primary key should not be duplicated. Here duplication is there. NIC is duplicated, so duplication is there. So you have to use student number NIC both. What about that? Student number NIC both. S1234 457 1234. Student number and the subject ID. Let's try that. S and this one. 1 to 34 English. 1 to 34 accounting. That is okay. 1 3 23 engineering. 1 3 23 accounting. Yeah. Student number, subject ID. Yes. Student number and subject ID is the better pair. That is number 5. Your answers? 5. Exactly. 32. 33. What is the correct SQL statement to retrieve? What is the correct SQL statement to retrieve the values of attributes, student number, subject number, and the grade? Student number, subject number, grade. Select student number, subject number, grade. That should be there. No, select student number, subject number, grade. Then the relevant table should be mentioned. Sorry, not well today. Select results.student number, subjects.subject name, okay, and results.grade. Okay, that is correct. All I have in that part, no? From then results inner join. Results inner join means the unique related to this table. The relevant columns will come from this. Results inner join on what is the relationship? Results dot subject ID equals subjects dot subject ID. Results dot subject ID equals subjects dot subject ID. But from again, so problem is this: when inner join applied, you don't want to tell that it's from, right? When inner join apply, You don't want to tell that it is from, because it's not where clause, no, from. It's not even where clause. So you are going to join the tables together. Then you can directly say select results, student, now these things. Then you have to write your join statement without telling from. You have to write your join statement. That is how you are normally doing, but so this one is okay on the results. Join on. Let's compare one by one. All are seeing that. Student dot student number, that is okay, that is okay. This part okay. Research dot student number. Subjects dot subject name. This is also okay. This is also okay. All five, the first part is okay. Right. First part is okay. Then here from නැතුව inner join කරොත් මේක පොඩි අවුලක් තියෙනවා. From නැතුව inner join කරොත්. That's a problem. But other four look similarly. From results, inner join. From results, inner join. Inner join, then you have to give the relationship. Results, inner join, the relationship. Results, inner join, this. But what is the other table? Results, inner join with the subject table. That part. Results, inner join, subjects. Results, inner join, no, subject. The results, inner join, results, inner join. The other table is not mentioned here also, right? Results, inner join. Subjects. This has that part. Results, inner join, subjects. So this can be a possible answer. But in is not a word. You have to use on there. Results, inner join, subjects. On. Yes, this part has on. So let's go for answer number 4 then. Okay, what is this join? There are 3 joins: inner join, outer join, and normal join, inner join, outer join. What are they? So let me show that using a graphic. You can understand this easily. Inner join is basically given to the first table priority. The matching columns from the second table will be taken and put there. Let's see, inner join, outer join, right? So what's the difference between inner join, outer join? Here, see. These are the SQL join types that you have, right? Here. So if you inner join, right? This is actually left join, right? Left join is basically whatever, all the columns in the left table is taken, right? All the column in the left table taken, and the matching column in the right table is taken. And this is called left join, right? Then full join means taking all these. I think this is more clear. Full join means taking all the rows from the first, all the rows from the second. It will basically multiply first one from the second one. All from the first and all from the second will appear. Let's say there are 2 rows in the first, 3 rows in the second. There are 2 into 3 rows. Altogether 6 rows appears. Right. So then there is something called inner join. Inner join is basically intersecting. What is common for the first table, the second table? What is common is taken as the inner join. Right join is the actually all the fields in the right table is taken, and matching columns of the left table is taken. So these are the 4 types that you are asked normally. this left join null one and the right join null. If null, this part is not basically considered, but these four will be asked. So you can draw this left join, outer join, inner join, and right join. Outer join will take both table fields and it will multiply. Left join will take left table only and the matching one from the right. Inner join will take the matching columns only, and right join will call the right table and the matching column from the left. Okay. Which of the following is the correct statement about results in the table? All the non-key attributes are fully functionally depends on the primary key. Are they fully depend? No, it's not fully functionally depending, right? Because there are some, all the non-key attribute, there are some other dependencies as well as, so if it is depending, when you change this, what is the primary key? Primary key is these two, no? These two together is the primary key. If it is fully functionally depending, so it should be unique. Let's consider this one. Is it unique? Yeah. For this one, probably. For this one, for this. But there are partial dependencies also, right? There are partial dependencies too. Here, because part of the primary key, so some factors are dependent on part of the primary key. Example, NIC is depending on student number. It is a partial dependency. So there are partial dependencies too. So it has only one candidate key, has one candidate key. No, there are candidate keys can be many, right? These two together can be take a subject number, student ID can be the primary key. So sorry, student number, subject ID can be the primary key. Student number, subject ID, NIC, all three can be a candidate key. Student number, subject ID, first name can be candidate key. So there are many combinations. It's not only one. The table is in 1NF, yes, all are atomic values. Good, it is in 1NF. It is in the second normalized form. No, there are partial dependencies. The cardinality of table is 4. What is that? Cardinality is basically the participation. One to many, one to one. That is the cardinality. No such thing, right? That is wrong. So I can only take the answer number 3. That is in 1NF. 3. 35. Which is the in which dependency is removed when converting results table to the next? That is partial dependency, right? Partial dependency of non-key, actually part of the non-key attribute depending on the part of the primary key. That is the partial dependency. So that is question number 35. Is answer is number 4. Here it's clearly mentions. Okay, I think the next set is about the Python and other questions. With the time, let's shift it to the next day. It's okay. We can discuss them and then go to the structured. Okay, then good night. See you all.